Hello everyone, this is AFPDFEST Day 7. We're making Abomination Fight Pit Deluxe video every day until April 4th, which is the 6th anniversary of Abomination Fight Pit Deluxe. Today we are going to be covering the last non-secret character of this game, Schlopperbot. Schlopperbot's an incredibly interesting character. Kind of falls into an archetype I'd like to call like a snowball character. So they actually start off the match kind of lacking a lot of tools and having underwhelming options, but once they get their once they have their momentum, they become one of, if not the strongest character in the game. So they reward good approaches, and they also, unlike a lot of characters in this game, have, at least in comparison for the other characters in this game, they have blistering fast movement. They carry a lot of their momentum, almost sometimes too much for their own good. So it's not uncommon to see like SDs with this character. It's as you can see, like, definitely, like, super fast, conserving momentum. They just have a normal jump like everyone else, but they are on the heavier side, and they're quite large, as you can see. They're pretty big. Right now, they're the biggest character in the game, and their hurt box, their aerial hurt box is quite large as well. We'll get right into it here. So the first thing to go over before we go really into any moves or anything is, so you'll see right next to Schlopper, this is the only character in the game with a meter. Schlopper has this meter called Sproing, and when Schlopper hits a move, he'll get a little bit of Sproing. As you can see, hitting multi-hitting moves, or moves in very quick succession, will give him lots of Sproing. He unlocks different attributes for different moves as he gets higher levels of Sproing. Some of them cost Sproing, some of them are just activated with Sproing. Now it's important to note that Sproing, as you can see here, it grows, and then if I'm not attacking something, it'll slowly go down until there's nothing left. So it's the crux of Schlopper's plan, and every single part of his kit basically revolves around him getting high Sproing. If he does not have high Sproing, he's kind of like half a character. Luckily, he does have decent ways of getting in, but he misses a lot of options without Sproing. So first off, we have Jab here. So this move, very fast, very quick, disjointing move. On hits, it can be jump canceled. This is good at higher percents here. So if, let's say, this Prince Slime is at like 100%. Now, keep in mind, it actually has two hitboxes here. You see there's one inside of Schlopper, and there's the outer hitbox. So, if I hit inside here, it's going to send out, otherwise it'll vacuum in. So that's important when you're doing this trick. But you can just do like a, at the higher percent here. And that's going to get you a decent confirm. It's a little low actually, so it's probably more like, for Prince Slime, like around 120. So Schlopper generally lacks super fast options that lead into kill confirms on the ground, but with Jab here, you can use that to kind of get like a decent confirm. And if your opponent doesn't SDI as well, it is notable you don't actually need to cancel it to do it. You just get less control by not canceling it. But it works pretty similar. Now, big property, this is only a part of Jab actually, so really big property of Jab is that It is one of the only moves in the game that can be held indefinitely, and it actually will passively build spoiling. So once it reaches past this bar here, it's going to produce less and less spoiling with each bar. So you can see it's growing a little faster, or growing a little slower, but the move itself gets a lot faster here. And when it gets to this point of, I want to say like, yeah, like barely above that line there, you can see I get a follow-up, like a 2-3, and the final hit there can be angled up or down. So this is a great finisher or a decent spike to send them away. Now this is phenomenal. This move is amazing. It stacks a lot of damage on the ledge. You can kind of just hold it, and this move will, in fact, it will edge guard people, like, genuinely. Because this move right here, the finish, the downward angle finish, this actually spikes, and it's very, very brutal spike too. And you know, his arm's completely disjointed in this, so it's very, very nice for him. And yeah, as you saw before, the higher level scoring, the faster the move gets here. Reaching its full at this 4th level here. Then we have down tilt. So this move is interesting because it's a 4-parter. So you can just have the first hit here as a decent little poke. It'll send up at higher percents. Then the second hit is just a higher leg hit, and you have to time it. You can't just mash all the time. I cannot believe I just did that again. You'd have no idea how many times I do that, but you'll see. Well, ignore but right now, but if you can't like hold it, you have to mash, and this isn't always consistent. So you have to really time it. So that third hit there is the one that's probably not going to connect always. So it has an active hitbox for a bit, and then this part stays indefinitely. You can jump out of it if you'd like, as you can see here. But you can also do the final hit, which is like this. I gotta pick someone who isn't Sputnik. I love floaty characters. I love floaties. That final hit's gonna send far away. And now, generally speaking, you don't really care about the 3rd or 4th hit of this move. Now it can help, but generally it's the first hit and sometimes the second hit is pretty nice for sending the opponent at like a pretty favorable angle. Oh, I put myself at 65. I was like, why aren't they at 65? We'll do 80, sure. So you'll see now that they're at a higher percent here. They start to get sent up a little more when they're at the tipper hitbox here. So if they're getting hit by that, it'll send up, and this leads really well into like lots of other moves that Schlopper has. So this is really great for like if you're good at spacing and shit. Very, very good move for getting those kill confirms if you're too afraid to do that jab, because it does give more of an opportunity for SDI, and you want to generally avoid that when comboing as Schlopper. Last grounded move here is this up tilt. Pretty simple, hard hitting. This is a ground to kill option move. Good damage. Good hitbox too, honestly. If I can pause on it, that would be great. There, yeah, it's a pretty good disjoint. I think it's pretty great. Although the move is kind of slow. does have a kind of a backwards hitbox there, as you see. Which sends like the complete other direction. Can lead for some super fun shenanigans to happen. Although it is a little difficult to hit consistently. If you can hit it right there. We'll get to Schlopper's aerials next. His nair here is a two-parter, so first he'll get like a little kick into the punch. So this move's very, very good approaching tool. It's not the best disjoint out there, but it does great damage. It combos into his kit pretty well, and I really like approaching with that move. It can also kill. You can drag people kind of like Sputnik with it. Obviously Sputnik's a bit better at it, but I like, this is just a solid aerial. I don't think there's a single aerial I don't think is like pretty great for Schlopper. You have down air. I will say this is his least consistent move. So this move has two main hitboxes. It has the normal hitbox, and then it has that sour spot that you saw right there. So the sour spot doesn't really send anywhere, but if you hit the right hitbox, this move is a spike. If I can hit the hitbox, it's a little tricky. Is all. There we go, and it's a decently powerful spike. Still a good finisher even if you hit the sour spot, because it doesn't leave you negative. Not much to say. Not a very interesting move. Now we have like a god aerial. I genuinely think this is like one of the best aerials in the game. Up air. This multi-hitting move. This is one time I will go to a stage with a platform just to show you guys this, because I think it's genuinely like a ridiculous option that you can do. So if you go to a stage like Core, which is phenomenal for Schlopper, and I'll show you why in a second here. So we'll first just take a simple look at up air by itself. So as you can see, it's really, really fast. Immediately displaces his hurtbox and gives this pretty weird multi-hitting disjointed move. So it's kind of dead zone in the middle of him, but hits both below and above him, and it sends basically nowhere until the final hit here. So you can even like land with it, like you can approach with it, and this doesn't do like bad damage either. Like, it's a pretty serious, like, legitimate option you can use. But the thing that's really gross about it is you can fast fall through platforms. And this is gonna really help you build up sproing. So, sproing in general here, as you can see, builds really, really fast in multiple moves, which means generally, Schlopperbot's best moves are these multi-hitting moves, because all he needs is a couple of them. And while this combo isn't 100% true, and yes, it may not build the best damage, what matters the most is that it's hard to escape, and then it builds a shit ton of sproing really fast. So that's really, really important for Schlopper. And so he can hit these really low to the ground up airs. And it's just very, very, very strong for that. I guess we'll move on to the specials. This is kind of the most confusing part out of all of it, I would say. So, first off, we have neutral special here. So neutral special send Schlopper forward. First off, amazing hitbox. This thing is ginormous, and as you can see, really, really, really shrinks his hurtbox as well. Now, it can be cancelled on platforms where Schlopper will retain a large amount of momentum from this, so it can be used to reach off stage sometimes. Additionally, Schlopper can also jump cancel it on the hit, on any of the hits. So It's not super uncommon to have like, okay, I did like, oh, it's better to do on like, the ground here, but I do like a couple hits into, oh my god. Can you guys tell it's 5 a.m.? Very great, I got Prince Slime. I keep forgetting this little character, but that's fine. Anyways. Okay. So, you can cancel the first hit, you jump cancel, and you can see that that was completely true. And at that point, I built, just so much destroying from this combo alone. And that's just neutral B and the up B, really. But you can also do side B and air, you can do side B and down air, side B and up air, like side B and the jab. Like it's a universal move. Now, this is one of the moves that does increase with spring, so it just increases distance with spring, so this move becomes better for recovering. So it's a very, very, very good move to have on deck here. Especially like with extra spring, it's just gonna really help your approach, because it's kind of lackluster otherwise, I would say. You have up air here, or up B. This is like a lariat move, so he gets one on the ground for free, and then one in the air, and then that's it. That's the one air version he gets. It's a decent hitbox, but most importantly, it's a juicy, juicy multi-hit move. But also, as you can see here, so while it does build a lot of destroying, you've got another move that comes out, and this is a completely separate move tied to up B as well. So when Schlopper gets to that third level of destroying, you'll hear a little horn go off, and then you get access to that spicy Schlopper cut, as the game calls it. Probably my favorite move name in the game. So let me show it off one more time. Oh, whoops. A little bit more here. So it's got a pretty weird hitbox. It's small, but easy to combo into. Even if it doesn't kill, the damage it's going to deal is ridiculous. And so, while it does have a sour spot, it's a difficult sour spot to hit. And if you do whiff it, you're still getting a lot of damage off. Now, getting the Schlopper cuts off that isn't the sour spot, basically the opponent is dead. It really doesn't matter the percent. Usually, if you have the spring for spicy Schlopper cut and you hit the Schlopper cut's normal sweet spot, they're dead. They just die. It doesn't really matter unless it's like Bridge of Tossing. You're on like a huge stage. They're just dead. It does cost spring to use it, so you can't use it like all willy-nilly. However, important notice is that if you absolutely need it for recovering for some reason, you do get this. It's counted differently from your up B, meaning that you can up B. So this is also good for just combos in general, because then I can up B twice and then also get the Schlopper cut off here. So and you can see just the kill power of this move is it's crazy, crazy, crazy strong. I mean, it almost killed Prince Slime at like 50. It's killing at most reasonable percents, or kind of unreasonable, frankly. I mean, for Prince Slime, it's kind of nutty. Now, final move Schlopperbot has is down B, and you'll notice spamming down B, nothing happens. That's because it's completely tied to spring. There is no version of like a springless down B. So you need just a little spring here, and this should be enough to get level 1. So it's a projectile. So each projectile is a different property here, but it all has the shared property of one, it has the stunning hits similar to like TCC moves and Robocat down tilt, but Also notably, the move itself can be charged. So uncharged, it just goes forward. That was the level 2 version. Uncharged, it goes forward. Um, half charged, it goes back. And then full charge, it goes forward, back, and then forward again. So it covers a lot of space. So level 1 is like about half of the first bar of spring, and then level 2 is your full bar. I want to say like level 3 is like 1.5 bars. It's a very, 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 very strong projectile. Something that all of the versions of the projectiles share is that no, this is a bit more. Maybe no. There we go. So they also share the fact that they cost spring, and so level 3 is this giant multi-hit that lasts forever, and it's slower, but it has a lot of multi-hits. Level 2 has a couple multi-hits, a bit faster than it. Level 1's the fastest, but basically I think it just hits once. Comes out very fast no matter what version you're using, so it's actually pretty realistic. So to say, like I get full sprung here, but I can just combo with it a lot. It's a crazy projectile for just comboing, and that's why it's so important to keep the momentum going with Schlopper bot. Because a lot of his best tools are locked behind sprung. So it's not only gaining lots of sprung, but also using it wisely and conserving it between stocks. So jab is the only move that will let you quote-unquote whiff and gain sprung. Now, you can shield to cancel, which is great when you have higher sprung because it means you can avoid the animation of the finisher, which is going to not only waste a bit of that meter, but also leave you open when the opponent is respawning. So like, you know, you do your combo, alright, do this, alright, we're killing Prince Time, got it, and then between stocks, we're gonna conserve sprung, which is holding jab. That's very, very important, because now we're going in with the advantage, right? Now we go in with like a bar and a half of sprung, and that's enough sprung for Schlopperbot to really get off the ground. Now, springless Schlopperbot neutral is definitely the hardest part, so like starting the match is definitely going to be the hardest part for Schlopperbot. He'll really struggle against good disjointed moves, because while he does have decent disjoints, they're either slow or attached to very committal moves, or both. So generally speaking, like his big approach options are not huge, so he has to be careful when he approaches against characters like Prince Slime. He'll also have some trouble with a projectile character every once in a while, but generally speaking, he is blistering fast enough to kind of break through defenses. So Robocat doesn't really do well against him, just because once he's in on Robocat, the match is basically over. Or the stock is gone, essentially. Robocat doesn't have enough tools to really defend themselves well. And then that's kind of all it takes. I guess other things you really want to focus on is just like when you're approaching, just to make sure, like, to mix up your approaches, try to make sure you know your limits on how much momentum you retain, because Schlopper retains so much that, like, it's super, super common. I remember when I started playing this game, I'd kill myself all the time with Schlopper bot, because it's like, I always go farther than I thought. And even every now and then now, I'll do a little fuck up, and I'll end up killing myself because I spend all my resources, or, you know, something else happens. So just very, very important to keep that in check. Oh, I forgot to mention, actually, Similar to side B, up B also gets benefits from sproing as it just goes further. So both of those moves just go further with sproing. So it's good to have high sproing for those moves, especially like when recovering. I think that's pretty much everything like how I would play Schlopper. You know, I guess what's important is like also the last thing I would probably cover actually, combo structure. Starting off stuff with jab, nair, up air is ideal, but sometimes you don't want to approach the middle options. You're obviously going to try and want to finish with like an up tilt or an up B if possible. Down specials to help you break in is really great if you have the scoring to spare for it. But I just be careful. You can use the vacuum of the up air to your advantage, but you gotta be careful with confirming as well. It can be a bit tricky. Even though the move is hardly SDI, it is not impossible to SDI. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Down special, because the level 3 version is so slow, it is really good at checkmating people. So like, if I throw it here, now this basically just becomes a large area of denial for like a good 4 seconds or so. And the opponent is required to jump up, which Schlopper has, you know, up air is the main tool for that, but also, you know, you have plenty of other mix-ups like nair, maybe. You can go even further for a down air or an up B or a side B, stuff like that. That's kind of it for Schlopper. I don't have much to say else than that. His mechanics complicated, but at the end of the day, if you learn to conserve meter, use it well, retain it, keep the snowball rolling, eventually it'll be so big the opponent's completely suffocated by you, and they won't know what to do. I guess one last thing I'll cover for this video, though, is since it's April Fool's, even though it's not on the list, I thought it'd be just for shits and giggles. We'll cover Crate, which you, by the way, if you didn't know, secret character you select by picking Carpenter Chicken on the select screen 5 times in a row. So 2, 3, 4. Great. That's Yadu saying that, if I'm not mistaken. So, Crate, very simple character. I know I've talked about how it's like Carpenter Chicken, easy character to pick up, but oh boy, this character is the easiest. So, in a real game, they actually have, I believe, double the amount of stocks as anyone else. And additionally, they have 20 HP. They don't ever have more than 20 HP, I believe. I don't know how it works for stamina mode, but so they only have one move, and it's connected to their air dash. As you'll see, they are also just an actual crate. So there's a glitch here where they spawn with 0 HP in training mode. But yeah, you'll notice if I turn on collisions, Crate also is a fucking collision as well as a herb box. So Crate has 2, 3, 3 aerial jumps. They are really fast, actually. The hitbox on the air dash is really good. It does literally like almost no damage though. This character was tested for the one local tournament I held of this game. But that was very obviously a mistake. I played random, to be clear. I'm not a villain, but I did pick them, and then we made Crate duos, and it was genuinely like down to the wire last second of the match, because if you're playing a normal character against Crate, you're not fucking playing the game. You're playing Crate's game, right? It's like a mini game. You have to fucking hit the Crate. Can you hit the stupid fat bastard Crate flying in the air like the world's largest mosquito before the timer hits 0? And before they actually had even more stocks, so it was ridiculous. They actually do have one variation of their move here, so they have a spike variation here of they have a spike variation of their fucking air dash. It's a little hard to hit, and it's not very good. It sends basically nowhere. But it is, above all else, very funny. So, who cares, right? I'm not giving you any tips on playing this character, because I think if you play this character, you're, like, objectively a bad person. I feel like you hate your friends if you pick this character. Although, I will say in doubles, they're actually kind of ridiculous, because it basically means your opponents, your teammates playing a 1-on-2, but they have like basically an extra character's worth of stocks. So it's pretty funny. I enjoyed this. Yadu told the community, like, oh, did you guys see the secret character yet? And I was like, I didn't see the fucking secret character. And we spent like a solid day trying to figure out how to get the character going. And I eventually discovered, like, if you just hit the character select enough on Carpenter Chicken, you get the crate. I love them, even though they're kind of just like the worst thing ever to play against. I was actually recommended by Yadu before hosting that tournament. I should not allow them, because they're not designed for competitive play. But it was a fun little experiment. But yeah, that's all I have for today. And now we are done with the character guides for the AFPDFEST. That we're donezo, right? No more characters. So next up, we're actually going to be going over the alternate game modes. That's exciting, isn't it now? So, game modes and modifiers. So basically, that's turbo mode, the stamina mode, and then the teams. That's all going to be tomorrow. And then day after that, April 3rd, we're going to be doing a look back on version, I think it's like 0.09. There's a lot of, I did a little bit of a peek. I didn't want to do too much, kind of wanted my live reaction, but there's some options there that I'm like, there's some stuff in there, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of fucked up, like, but I kind of love it. Like, it's pretty different. I will say this cat tosser, completely different character in that game. I'm very excited to go in depth, maybe explore a couple combos. That video might be a bit longer. We'll see. We'll see how interested I am. And then, of course, April 4th, the big day. I'm not yet ready to announce my Grandmaster plan, but I think it will be fun to do. And hopefully a little insightful to the game. I hope you guys have been enjoying this so far. I know not a lot of people watch this, and I know it's super scuffed, but, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying doing it, even if I'm doing it at like 5 a.m. and I can't sleep, but we're getting it done. We're here, we're alive, and it's almost over. I cannot believe I did like a few videos of AFPD before AFPDFEST, and basically for the past like 11-ish days, I've been like uploading a video about AFPD like consistently every single day, which is just crazy to me. Like, even if they're not like the highest of effort things, I think the 1.5-minute combo video took me longer than any of the videos took me to make. Just because I really spent a long time trying to get some cool shit happening there. But I've really enjoyed talking about this game. It means so much to me. The people in it, the people in the community, the people involved with the game. Yadu and Kyofug, one of the guest composers of the game, made a lot of tracks for it. I love learning about this game. I love testing and finding new shit with it. Uh, so yeah, if you made it this far and you're balls deep in the series, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching these stupid, shitty, low effort videos about one of my favorite games that no one has ever heard of ever. Uh, I will see you tomorrow. I'm logging off.